Hello everybody and welcome back to my garage, Zero to Hero. Alright, so it is Wednesday morning and yeah, I was just on the phone quickly to Minty's because apparently he did manage to get some parts for our 69 Impala that I ordered. So on our way over to the shop we can quickly stop and pick those parts up. But yes, with Grandma being away on holiday, I decided to bring the old Lada wagon back to the house and just park it in the garage for now. Because that way we've got a little bit more space over at our shop, and yeah, obviously we don't have anything parking in the garage over here at the house. So yeah, that can just stay there for now. So right, we are going to take the Impala over to Minty's because I think he might have the chrome pieces as well that we are missing. So we're gonna quickly pop in there and just see what he did manage to get for us. And then, yeah, if he's got the trim pieces, we can actually just get them mounted to the car while we are there with the car. We might also get our rear glass that we are desperately in need of. So yeah, let's quickly go and see what parts he's got for us. Alright, so there we go. We do have got our brand new rear glass for the Impala over here in the trunk. So we're going to have to pop the old one out when we get back at the shop because I don't have a pry tool with me. But we also got the door trim for the passenger door over here. So that should go on, no problem. And then this piece of trim goes on the arch, just like that. And then we've got this piece of trim for our fender, which will go on like that. And yeah, basically now we've got all the chrome bits for this car. Obviously we just need to have these re-chromed again. So basically all of the parts that are not chromed anymore, we will get them chromed. I think the windscreen at the front also needs to be chromed around the bezel, so we might get that done as well and hopefully restore this thing to its former glory. But yes, for now we need to head back to our shop because we've got a couple of errands to run as well today. So let's get over there and yeah, see what else we need to do for today. Alrighty, and we are here at the shop, and yeah, as you can see, we loaded the Camaro onto our Ram truck already. So this is about to go over to the paint booth, which is one of the errands we need to run today, is to take this thing over to the paint booth and actually get this thing painted. So I have booked the spray booth already, and the paint is already in the machine waiting for us in the spray booth. So yeah, we can get this thing painted up today, and then hopefully it'll be cured by the next episode so that we can start getting this thing put back together. But then we still need to do some decal work to this thing, so I'm thinking of just getting a guy in to come and do that for us. But yeah, as you can see, I did fit the old wheels that we had from the F100. So those can get a little bit of overspray on them without a problem. But yes, the first thing I want to do quickly is get the rear glass popped out of the Impala and put the new glass in. And you'll also see we did actually go and get a dashboard for the car as well, because yeah, I figured it was just better to have a cluster which can show us a little bit more information with regards to temperature and fuel and stuff like that. So for that reason, yeah, I decided to just go ahead and get a dashboard for it. Alright, so we are going to just drop this glass over there, and then let's just grab the new one from the trunk and pop it in quick. It should be relatively easy and go in without a problem. So let's have a look at this. And just like that, our brand new glass is inside where it's supposed to be. And yeah, that already gives us a much better appeal to the vehicle. It looks a little bit better. Alright, so over on our two-post lift, you'll see I did pull the 59 Desoto on the two-post lift so that we can start working on this thing. So what this guy wants is basically fully rebuilt suspension for the front and the back. So we are going to strip everything off, going to be replacing everything. Actually did order some new wheels and tires, which I think will suit this car a little bit better. So yeah, I did pop the hood as well, checked everything here. That is 100%. There's no work to be done to the engine or anything in the engine bay. But we are going to be replacing the cross member as well, so all of this is coming out. So I might as well actually take this suspension out as a complete whole, order brand new stuff, and then we are going to have space suspension parts which we might actually transfer over to our Impala. So even these wheels and tires will probably just mount these on the Impala once we get a bit of a chance for that. So once we get the suspension swapped on the Impala, I will tackle the bodywork next. So for that reason, I'm going to go and buy some bags of sand for our sandblaster, because I really want to see if we can get the bodywork sorted on the Impala, get rid of all the rust, and give this thing a nice paint job as well. So that is going to be, yeah, very soon, hopefully. We are still missing the door mirror on this side. I think we need to get one. I don't think there is one available for the right hand side, so we'll probably just wing it with the one door mirror once we can get this thing looking a little bit better. And obviously all of the chrome work will be redone. So that is part of my plan for this project. We are going to get the chrome redone, we're going to get the suspension sorted, gonna give it a paint job, and yes, I'm actually going to purchase new interior for this car, or actually second-hand interior for this car, which I managed to find in red. And yeah, I actually decided that I might actually paint this thing black, because looking at the black Desoto, actually I think it'll look nice in black with red interior, especially with all the chrome sorted out on this thing. And then we'll see what wheels we are going to do eventually. We might use the Desoto's wheels and tires temporarily on it, but yeah, we'll see what it looks like once we fit those wheels and tires and suspension and all that. But yes, we are going to head over to the paint booth next. We're going to get this Camaro painted, and you guys are going to hopefully like the color, because I think it's going to be a very flashy color. So yeah, let's head over there and see if we can get this thing painted up today. Alright, and there she goes. Alright, and we are ready to go, so let's be on our way.
Loading up that Chevy 68 the year, on an old red Ford, memories drawing near. We're headed to the paint booth, getting a new coat. That classic Camaro's got a story to tell. Dropped the keys in my pocket, revved up that tow. With an F350 roll back, steady and slow. Rented out the paint booth, hearts racing fast. Wanna see that beauty shine, gonna make you last. Gonna shine up that metal, make the old new. With the scent of fresh paint, dreams coming true. Rust in time, wearing thin, but we'll start again in that rented paint booth with some tools in hand. Remember Friday nights, we cruised that strip. Now she's faded and warm, but not losing her grip.
Alright, so here we are over at the paint booth, and yeah, as you can see, our paint booth has been booked, and we've got our paint right into the machine over here. I'm not really sure what you would call this, but yeah, this is like a built-in compressor and all that. So you basically put your paint can here, and it basically feeds the spray gun constantly. So we are going to pull the Camaro in here, and we're gonna start painting this thing. So first of all, we need to lower our ramps, and then I need to see if I can jump into this thing. So yeah, this is gonna be probably a bit tricky, but we're gonna try our best not to fall off the edge over here. And we're gonna hop in, and there we go. All right, let's fire this beautiful machine up, and there it goes. It runs like a absolute well-oiled machine. And yeah, I must say this thing has got a lot of power. I actually don't know if the tires at the back are gonna last very long if we keep doing little burnouts like that, but yeah, here we go. Right, let's get her into the paint booth without damaging it. Right, just like that. Right, so yeah, I didn't do the best job at parking this thing in here, but I think it's good enough. We should be able to get around it. Alright, so yeah, this is where we are going to cue the music. We're going to get this thing painted. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
With a fresh coat of glory, we'll feel young once more. Underneath those bright lights like we did before. Hand on the sander, I'm smoothing the past. Gonna bring her back to life, this love's made to last. Each stroke's a memory, each spray's a breath. Resurrecting that Camaro from the jaws of death. Gonna shine up that metal, make it all new. With the scent of fresh paint, dreams coming true. Rust in time, wearing thin, but we'll start again in that rented paint booth with some tools in hand. Gonna shine up that metal,
Alrighty, and there we go. So the whole car has been painted, but I had to remove the roof once again because it was a little bit hard to get to every angle of this roof. So yeah, it was just a little bit easier taking it off, and I obviously had to go and buy myself a wrench because I didn't bring any tools with me. So now we are going to have a spare wrench that we can basically keep in our backpack for now. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to head back to the shop, but I first need to go and pick up some bags of sand for our sandblaster. And we are going to leave the car over here so that it can cure properly in the paint booth. And I believe the roof will be fine over here as well, so it's not going to be a problem. And we are also going to pick up the wheels and tires for the 59 Desoto, because I just want to get them fitted to see how they're going to fit the car. So yeah, let's head over to the shop quick and pick up some sandbags and the wheels and tires for the 59 Desoto. And then we are going to make our way back to our shop and see if we can start stripping that 59 Desoto. Alright, so there we go. We've got our bags of sand and also the new wheels and tires for the Desoto loaded over here. So yeah, I went with some Whitehall tires and also some Steelies with some chrome hubcaps. So these should suit the car a little bit better. I'm not too sure if these are exactly what the car was supposed to have, but I think it'll definitely look better than the current wheels and tires that it's got on it. So yeah, let's go ahead and see how they fit the car once we get back to the shop. So I will catch up to you guys once we are back there. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so we are back at our shop, and yeah, I think let's dive straight into this, because yeah, there's not really anything else that we are going to do pretty much today. So what I've devised is I'm just going to see how the wheels are going to fit the car, if they are going to have the right offset, if they're going to need spacers or anything like that. So let's go ahead and remove these wheel covers first of all that are on these current wheels. So these are in fact also 16 inch. So they are a little bit, yeah, too small of a tire profile, in my opinion. So I think the ones that we've got are 15 inches, but they do have a little bit of a higher profile. So it might give the car a little bit of a better classic look than these wheels did. So let's see the first one at the back over here. Alright, so we're obviously going to have to take off these hubcaps as well. And I don't think these tires have got any air in them, so we are going to have to air them up. Alright, so there we go. That's the first one. Alright, so that is bolted down. And let's just see. I think, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It's got a classic, like, yeah, very older style look to it. Let's just grab our air compressor. We're going to set this to, I think, 1.9 bar should be good, or 1.7 bar should be fine as well. So let's go to 1.7. Let's just air this one up. Yeah, I don't know if it really needs wheel spacers on a classic car like this. That actually fits perfectly. It's almost dead center in the wheel arch. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe drop some comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this thing needs a wheel spacers? I'm not too sure, but maybe let's do all of them and then we can decide what we have to do with this. Alright, so let's check this one. So that one is... Alright. I see the hub is a bit worn on this part of the suspension. So let's see what this looks like. Yeah, alright. There's the hubcap on. I don't know, would you do wheel spacers on a car like this? It sort of gives it the character you're sort of going for with this classic car. So I'm not too sure. Alright, but let's air this tire up as well while we are busy with it. Alright, so that is on 1.7 bar. Alright, as for the opposite side, we've got the same design of rims on this thing actually. But I just think the smaller chrome hubcaps in the middle will set it off a little bit better, especially with the white wall tires. Alright, so there we go. All the wheels have been removed. Let's just bring our other wheels closer as well. Alright, so we'll just drop that one there. Quickly see if we can get this last one. Alright, let's pop these hubcaps off. So yeah, that's another thing. I'm not sure if this really needs a spacer. Maybe a very thin spacer, like a 30mm spacer, should do the trick over here. I'm not too sure. Right, so there's the hubcap. Alright, let's see. Alright, so that is aired up. Alright, so our wheels and tires are now at the pressure we want it to be. Alright, so these wheels are now all fitted, and yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell. Maybe if we lower it down, just see how it sits. Yeah, I don't know about wheel spacers. We'll see. Maybe a thin spacer just to kick the wheels out a bit. I don't know if the front ones actually look good. Yeah, I don't know. So as I said, maybe leave some comments down below. What do you guys think? Do you think we need some wheel spacers on this thing? The front actually looks as if it's a little bit better, but the rear tires seem to be sitting a little bit too far inward. Yeah, it's very hard for me to decide, so yeah. Well, tell me what you guys think. Alright, but now what I'm going to do is we're going to remove the suspension, because obviously we need to replace the suspension. So that is going to entail taking all of the components off as a whole. So this might actually be quick if we do it this way. So we're going to loosen it on the brake lines. We are going to also loosen the cross members, which these bolts are actually loose for some reason. So yeah, I wonder why they were never tightened down, or did they just vibrate loose over the years? But that's quite interesting. Alright, so now we need to probably remove the bolts from the engine, but now let's maybe just lift it a tiny bit. Alright, I think that should do. Alright, if we loosen it there, and on this side as well, I think our whole front cross member should come off. And yes, there it is. Indeed, the whole cross member is off. Alright, so we probably should remove these wheels again. because they kind of have to go on the new suspension we are going to be mounting on this thing. So we'll just keep these inside our little shed. Right, so let's just remove this one as well. Right, so these will go back onto our brand new suspension we are going to order for this thing. But yes, looking at the suspension, it's not really that bad. It's still in decent condition. So we will probably transfer most of this over to our Impala. I'll probably end up stripping this suspension and the one that's currently on the Impala and putting everything together with the best parts that we can find between all the parts, obviously. Alright, so let's remove this wheel as well. Alright, so this is going to have to go on the new suspension as well. Alright, so there's our new wheel for that side. And this is also going to be replaced completely, so we can get this wheel removed too. Alright, so that is going to go on the new suspension as well. Alright, so let's just put these over here for now. We'll pack everything up a little bit later. Alright, so as for the rear suspension, so let's quickly see if we can lift this thing up again, up a bit. Let's go a bit higher. Alright, so let's start here. We're going to remove the drive shaft from it. And let's unbolt our shock absorbers also. Yeah, the shock absorbers are quite bad. They're not terrible, but they can definitely do with some replacements. Yeah, same story with this one. That is quite worn. Alright, so if we take off the 4 bolts on the leaf springs, or the 4 nuts rather, and also this brake line and that brake line, and then we've got our rear suspension or rear axle free, which as you can see is definitely worn quite a bit. So yeah, we are gonna have to replace this definitely. In terms of the brakes on this doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's fairly recently serviced, except for that caliper over there is quite bad. But there's definitely some good usable parts on these suspensions. So yeah, I think it's going to be good enough for our Impala. But on a classic car like this, you'd rather just have it all nice and shiny, brand new parts. So yeah, that is basically what we're going to do. So last things we need to remove are these torsion bars. So we'll just pop these out. Right, and the other torsion bar. There we go. So our torsion bars have been removed. This one is definitely way far gone. And let's just check this one. Yeah, it's also quite worn. So yeah, we are going to order brand new suspension for this thing all round. So yeah, we can probably get the old wheels and tires out of the way as well. Because now what I would like to do is start stripping my 69 Impala, because obviously we have done all the work to our customer vehicles as far as we can today. So yeah, I'm gonna neaten up this workspace a bit. We're gonna see if we can get the Impala under the roof over here, because we need to start sandblasting that thing, as I mentioned. So that is my plan for the rest of today. We're gonna basically strip the Impala and get everything we don't want to sandblast off the car. We are going to start sorting out the paintwork, bodywork on that car, and then yeah, hopefully by then we can start deciding on a color, but I'm pretty sure black will suit it very well. So let's get our old Ram truck out of the way. And yeah, I should probably just offload those bags of sand first. So yeah, let me sort this out, and then I'll bring you guys back up to speed once I sorted this out, I guess. Alright, so our Ram truck is now out of the way, and we are going to jump into our Impala. I'm going to just pull it under the carport over there next to the Desoto on the ramp. And then yeah, we're going to start tearing into this thing. I think I'm going to probably strip everything out of the interior as well. So yeah, this is gonna be quite a bit of a project, but I think there's only one way of getting to the bottom of it, and that is to start at one point and just work your way through this car. So yeah, let's see what we are going to start with. So obviously we need to take all of the chrome bits off again, so I'm thinking of bringing the trailer closer and just chucking all the chrome in the trailer, and then we are going to start bolting parts from the car. Obviously we need to take a whole bunch of stuff off, the interior is coming out. So yeah, so you guys might be wondering, how am I going to get home? Well, I'm going to use the ramp truck for these next couple of days until this car is basically sorted out. So starting at the front, let's see what else we need to take off this thing. There's probably going to be a lot of parts, so I'm thinking let's grab our pry tool, because I think most of the chrome will probably come off with the pry tool. So we'll just start here at the front. We've got our Chevy emblem, which we'll just chuck in the trailer. Chrome pieces that are good I'm going to leave on the car. No, let's rather not leave it on the car. We're gonna just find a little spot for it on the shelf. I think this will be good over there. And yeah, these wheels are actually going to be in the way. So let me just move these a little bit out of the way for now. Yeah, I think let's stack them over there for now. Or not stack them, because we don't want to scratch the hubcap. So let's just put them over there. Alright, just like that. And yeah, let's continue. We've got our pry tool over there, obviously. Okay. So on this arch, we need to do chrome pieces, re-chroming of pieces. So this is going to go in the trailer as well. Going to get that re-chromed. Right, this one's chrome still looks good. Yeah, I think let's just chuck everything here. I'm not going to put everything on the shelf now, so we'll do that and get everything sorted off camera a little bit later on. Alright, so that is good. Alright, this door handle should pry off as well, so that is coming off easily. Alright, so this trim can come off. That is going to go in the trailer. Alright, so that is part of the interior parts probably. Alright, so this is going to go in the trailer. We're going to get all of these parts nice and re-chromed. So the next time we see this, it'll hopefully be all nice and shiny again. That one is a bit long. We'll just see if we can get it in. Okay. Alright, so this wheel arch trim needs to be re-chromed as well. Alright, so that is gone. Alright, so on the front end, we've got our inner grille, obviously, which we've got our headlights and everything. So this actually looks decent, so we don't need to have this re-chromed. We might have to go through the headlight bulbs and see if we need to replace anything there. But yes, the headlights even look fairly decent. I think this one headlight actually needs a bit of a chrome edging again. Those ones still look good, so let's remove that one specific headlight. We should be able to take it out. It's going to be a bit tricky without mounting this grille. We're going to see if we can get to it. Alright, let's just pop this grille back into the car for now. Alright, so we are looking at removing this headlight. Alright, so let's lean in here. We're just going to undo that screw as well, and the last one there. Right, so there's our headlight. We need to either get that little trim re-chromed, or it's going to obviously be replaced if we can't get that sorted. But the rest of them actually look fairly decent. I think those can stay. So let's get this grille removed again. Alright, so next up what I want to check is the front bumper. I think this front bumper actually just unbolts here. So there we go. We've got our front bumper. Obviously it needs to be re-chromed, so this can go in our trailer once again. Alright, so next up we've got this little grill at the bottom, which I think will also pop out with our pry tool. So that has got a little chrome trim at the bottom which can be re-chromed, so that's going to go in our trailer as well. Alright, cool. Next up, let's see what else we've got on the sides. We should probably walk around with our pry tool. Right, so that is all removed. Let's just close this hood again. There's nothing else on the hood. Right, so there's no chrome back here. We've got that on the interior panel. That is good. Right, taillights. Yeah, we can probably just pop these out. They look good. They were probably replaced at some point. Okay, and this one as well. Okay, I think we can start making a second stack of parts right over here. Right, so this chrome can come off, or this trim needs to be chromed again, so that can come off. Alright, just trying to organize these things a bit better. Right, side marker. Just pop that down over there. Right, this trim needs to be chromed. So there's that. Right, this piece of trim on the rocket trim, or the rocket trim rather, must also be re-chromed again. Yeah, this one on this side actually still looked good, so we'll scope it out once we've got everything removed. Right, this is our brand new door trim we've got over here, so let's just pop that down there. Right, this chrome needs to be re-chromed as well. There we go. As well as this front windscreen. Now that I think about it, we're also going to have this chromed up again along the edges. So we'll just put that down carefully there. Right, so this piece needs to be chromed again, so that can come off. Right, just set that down over there. There's the door handle, let's not forget that. We'll also pop this off. And there it is. Alright, our fender trim is brand new, which we've got over there. And our last indicator over on this side is also still good, so we'll just put it down over there. Alright, I think that is basically all of the trim that we can remove. I think these are probably part of the windows and stuff like that. So let's put our pry tool back, because now we need to remove our rear bumper over here. Which I've got no idea if these are the only two bolts holding it in. It might actually be that. Yep, there we go. Alright, so there's our rear bumper. That needs to be chromed as well. Alright, so looking at this thing, I've noticed one little piece of trim that we didn't take off, and it's the tiniest, smallest little piece over here, which is our trunk lock. Now this is probably going to get lost in the trailer, but we'll see if we can find it again. If we can't, we'll just get a new one, because I won't be surprised if that got lost. So as for the rest of the bodywork of the car, the parts we need to strip off are in the interior, and yeah, we are going to remove this because this needs to come out anyway for paint, so we'll just put it here by the old broken one. Alright, so next up, let's have a look at our interior. So I think let's start with our driver's side door. We've got this tan colored panel in very poor condition. So this obviously needs to be replaced with our brand new red interior. So we're just going to chuck all the old interior parts somewhere. I don't know exactly yet where. But yes, we need to still take off a lot of panels. Alright, so this is our rear left inner panel, by the looks of it, or door panel as they would call it, although it's not a door, it's like a quarter panel. But yes, this part actually doesn't look too bad. It's in black though, but it's good. We will work with what we've got at the moment. Right, so this window, I think, yeah, this can also be chromed again, that little strip at the side. So we'll get that re-chromed as well. Right, see this one. Alright, so yeah, this door panel can come off. Obviously, that's a little bit too far gone. Alright, so I think these parts are most probably going to be scrapped. So I'm not too sure if there's going to be anybody willing to take that off my hands. But yeah, we are going to just put it on a pile. We'll decide what to do with it a little bit later. Alright, and there's the bolt for this interior panel. Alright, this panel also still looks decent. So it looks like these rear door cards were replaced, probably. But yeah, that's quite interesting. They may have done it with the headliner over here, because the headliner in this thing looks absolutely mint condition as well. Alright, so there's our beautiful black headliner. So I'm in a little bit of two minds with regards to this. I don't know if I'm going to keep the black headliner with the red interior. We might not. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it's a good thing to keep that around, because you don't really find these things every day. Alright, and let's see what's next. We've got a carpet, we've got a dashboard to strip, and then we can basically start sandblasting this poor car. Alright, so let's get the seats out of this thing. Right, so there's our passenger seat. The passenger seat actually doesn't look too bad. So that is definitely still usable. But the driver's seat, on the other hand, is quite a bit worn, which makes sense. It's definitely the seat that is mostly used in a vehicle. Right, and the last bolt is over there. Let's get this driver's seat out. So I'm just going to chuck this over here for now. That is definitely very badly worn. Alright, onto the rear seat. We'll take that bolt out there. And there's another one on the side. Let's just take this out as well. Right, so this back seat also doesn't look too bad. But yes, we are going to replace that with a red seat. So we're going to get some red seats, red door panels. It's definitely going to give this car a little bit of a different look. Right, so this center console, okay, that just decided to fly off. Right, so this center console is completely trashed, as you can see. We'll just chuck that as well. Alright, so next up, let's just take our gear stick out if we can get to it. I think we need to take the carpet out first. Alright, so there's a bolt that was actually loose. Right, so here's the old carpet. Definitely very, very nasty. So that is gone. Right, now we should be able to actually get this rear window out as well. I nearly forgot about this. Right, so let's go and get that last part in the trailer. Right, so the only thing we need to take off still is the gear shift over here, which is a little bit tricky. Well, there we go. We've got a brand new one coming with the red interior, obviously with a matching red boot. So that is definitely gonna be a nice little feature on this vehicle. Everything nice and red. Right, so as for the dashboard, we'll probably have to reuse our cluster. So we'll get that removed. And this also brings along the steering column, which is in fact looking fairly decent. So might actually get this unbolted from here. Alright, and I think we'll just put this somewhere on a shelf over there where it shouldn't be in any harm or in harm's way. Alright, so as for this dashboard, I will investigate the cluster and all of that a little bit later on. I don't know what's going to be included with the dashboard we are going to get for the car. So we will see what we can reuse from that if we need to. But I think now we can basically start, yeah, I think sandblasting this thing. I'm not going to bother with the wheels and tires if we get a little bit of sandblast on those. But yes, we are going to have to grab our sandblaster. But I first want to just pack up all the tools again. And then we're going to get some sand into our sandblaster over here. Alright, so let's bring this closer. Alright, and we are ready to start sandblasting this poor car. It's definitely not going to know what hit it. So let's, I think let's start on this part over here. And we'll work our way to the back and at the roof and all that. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a little bit of music cueing for you guys. And you can sit back, relax and enjoy.
Out in the barn where the sunlight breaks through stands an old Chevy, paint stripped and blue. I grab my tools, let the workday begin. Sandblasting memories bring back the wind. Rust coats the body, history's wear. Years in the field, untouched with care. Each spark flies off in a blazing up, revitalizing steel, igniting a spark. Sandblasting rust off an old 69. Go and make her shine like she did first time. Every flake I fight, I'm bringing back years, turning old rusted dreams into new frontiers. The roar of the blower, it drowns all my thoughts. Grinding the metal, street fights that fall. Hands greasy black, face lined with grit. Each gust of sand, a redemption bit by bit. Ghosts of the past rise in the air. Echoes of vengeance, the stories they share. Hard to believe she'll shine like before. With each flick of sand, I'm opening doors. Sandblasting rust off an old 69. Gonna make her shine like she did first time. Every flake I fight, I'm bringing back years, turning old rusty dreams into new frontiers. Ghosts of the past rise in the air. Echoes of vengeance, the stories they share. Hard to believe she'll shine like before. With each flick of sand, I'm opening doors. Sandblasting rust off an old 69. Gonna make her shine like she did first time. Every flake I fight, I'm bringing back years, turning old rusty dreams into new frontiers. New frontiers.
Alright, and there we go. So I am actually out of sand for the sandblaster, but I think if I didn't get all of the rust, I at least got most of the rust removed from this car. So there might be some spots here and there, I'm not too sure, we'll double check on it, but I think this thing is nearly rust free. We've still got a little bit of rust like on this edge over here and so on, but I'm pretty sure I'll get that sorted out before you guys see the next episode. So I'll do a little bit of work off camera on this thing, probably get it primed as well. And then, yeah, hopefully in the next episode we've got Kyle's Camaro back from paint as well, so that we can start putting that thing back together. And then the only thing left for that car would be a little bit of decal work. And then, yeah, hopefully we can take our 69 Impala over here over to the paint booth, That might entail me fitting the dashboard again, so I'll probably mount the old dashboard with the steering column just to get it loaded up onto our ramp truck again. But yes, I think that is also going to be a wrap for this episode. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate every view, every like. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yes, until the next time, cheerio.